Gadar will remain with us, and his legacy will remain with us. And we should learn a lot of things from Gadar's life, how we can fight for our country, how we can fight for our people, how we can take our country forward, where all our people have equality, liberty, fraternity. In fact, I grew in the midst of certain ideological streams, Ambedkarite idea, Periyarist idea, Marxist idea. So that brought me to political activism. And we think Ambedkar only prime architect of Indian constitution, but Ambedkar was a great economist. Ambedkar was a great economist. In fact, Ambedkar wanted to become minister for planning, not law. Caste is a problem in India. Class is a problem. Then patriarchy. Are we giving equal rights to our women? So patriarchy. Unless we fight the caste discrimination, to read Ambedkar's name, Dr. Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar, then there will be some 2 lines, how many degrees he obtained from which universities. It used to strike me, how come this man obtained so many degrees, not only in India, but in other universities. So that used to be in my mind. If Ambedkar could do this, why can't we do? That is how I became the first graduate in my village. Respected comrades and friends, I am extremely happy to be with you and participate in this program. I have met my very beloved brother Gadar a couple of times in Delhi, in Hyderabad. I have seen him performing on the stage. He is no more with us, but his legacy is so great, and the whole country will carry forward his legacy. I have read a lot about Gadar, and I find many similarities between Gadar and me, the very life itself. Because my parents were also landless agricultural workers. And my parents gave birth to 6 sons and 1 daughter. So I am the second son. It was a small village and very close to Andhra Pradesh. So I can understand Telugu, Sundara Telugu, but I can't speak that Vellore district. So I am the first graduate in my village. And when I read about Gadar, he was the first secondary school passed out student, and he joined pre-university, PUC, those days pre-university course. Then he went for engineering. I finished my pre-university course. I joined degree, BSc, then B.Ed. So I am the first graduate in my village. He was the first secondary school product in his village. And he was also moved by revolutionary communist ideology, Ambedkarite thoughts, and moving to the people, and mobilizing the people for revolutionary change in our society. I also did have a similar life. In our village, we used to have Ambedkar Day every year, 14th April. My first thing was to read Ambedkar's name, Dr. Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar. Then there will be some 2 lines, how many degrees he obtained from which universities. It used to strike me, how come this man obtained so many degrees, not only in India, but in other universities. So that used to be in my mind. If Ambedkar could do this, why can't we do? That is how I became the first graduate in my village. Then during my engagement with Ambedkar, I used to read Gandhi, and I'm not taking much of your time because it is related to Gadar. I read Gandhi when I was a school boy, 10th class boy, Experiments with Truth. In Tamil it is Satya Sodhane. So I read, then I started thinking, what is great about Gandhi? What is great about Gandhi? What are the qualities which Gandhi had, which we do not have? I started comparing. Finally, I came to one conclusion. That is, Gandhi was vegetarian. I was non-vegetarian. So that is where we differed. Then I thought, why can't we practice vegetarianism? I stopped eating non-vegetarian, not even egg, for 2 years. Then it became a big ordeal for my mother, because my mother had to find separate vessel, separate items for me. Seeing my mother's ordeal, then I thought for Gandhi it would have been all right, but for me it is not all right. I should not subject my mother to troubles, ordeals. Mother is the biggest Mahatma, all said and done. So I gave up non-vegetarian, vegetarianism. I resumed again eating all non-vegetarian things. What I am trying to say, the quest for knowledge, the raising questions to find answers to the problems, that led me to Ambedkar, Mars, because when I go through Gadar's life, not here, it's all in Telugu. I can't read Telugu, but I read about Gadar. He was with the revolutionary movement, he was with the Ambedkarite movement, as Professor was explaining. Oh. Yes. Yeah, these thoughts were haunting me. Then what is class struggle in India? How to understand class struggle in India? How to understand revolution in India? Revolution in India. Then I came across many theories. He was referring to Gramsci also. I did study Gramsci also, what Gramsci talks about all these issues. Finally, in India, I am of the view that we have certain fundamental challenges. One, caste is a problem in India. class is a problem than patriarchy? Are we giving equal rights to our women? So patriarchy, unless we fight the caste discrimination, and there also I used to think, where is Professor? I used to think, why Ambedkar used annihilation of caste? Ambedkar did not say eradication of caste or abolition of caste. Ambedkar used the word annihilation of caste. What does it mean? So you should uproot the caste system. You should not leave anything on the soil which can grow again. So you will have to uproot. That is why Ambedkar used that word annihilation. So annihilation of caste, and this, when I read Ambedkar, Ambedkar was great in a way, how to place caste, whether it is part of the superstructure of society or part of the basis of the society. Ambedkar was a great intellectual, and we think Ambedkar only prime architect of Indian constitution, but Ambedkar was a great economist. Ambedkar was a great economist. In fact, Ambedkar wanted to become minister for planning, not law. Ambedkar wanted to become minister for planning anyway. Ambedkar's ideas. Then in Tamil Nadu, Periyar emerged as a great reformer. Periyar, for social justice, for women rights, widow marriages, all Periyar. During his time, he was a great rationalist and revolutionary, Periyar, but he did. So I grew in the midst of Ambedkar ideas, Periyar ideas, of course, Marxist ideas, communist ideas. And Kamaraj was the chief minister representing our constituency in Tamil Nadu, Gudiyatham. Perhaps Chittur people, they must know, Gudiyatham is adjacent to Chittur. Kamaraj was elected from Gudiyatham constituency. He was chief minister. And Kamaraj gave great importance for education. Why I am telling all these things? We move through different ideological the currents, and in fact I grew in the midst of certain ideological streams. Ambedkarite idea, Periyarist idea, Marxist idea. So that brought me to political activism. I became an activist. When I read Gadar, he also became activist, and he was with the revolutionary movement, and he was with Ambedkarite movement also. Now in India, if at all we want to take the country forward, and if at all we want to accomplish revolution in India, this is my understanding, that communist ideology, communist movement, Ambedkarite movement, Periyar Phule movement, all should come together, and there must be a collective, united movement to win the confidence of the people. Then only we can save this country and change this country. This is my understanding. Some people may differ, but I am willing to debate, argue. Then what is the way out? You please tell me. I will very well ask anybody. Gadar was such a person, and the way I saw him with one, what do you call in Telugu that? uh, on his body, and then some that salanga we say, and the way doing this and singing, what gave him such a revolutionary commitment? That is what we should learn. That's what we should learn. He did not aspire to become this or that, to have not only one house, 7 houses, or not only little money, big money. No, Gadar was not for anything. There I find some closeness to Buddha, Gautam Buddha, that renouncing all luxuries and going to the people, trying to understand why people suffer, what is the root cause for the miseries that people have. There, Buddha, it's a great. Why Ambedkar moved to Buddha also? My question: why Ambedkar moved to Buddha? Because Buddha renounced everything, and for the sake of finding answers, solutions to the problems which our people face. So, friends, I don't want to take much of your time. And Gadar was a great personality, a source of inspiration, and his legacy, his life will continue to inspire generations to come. I was talking to Professor Channarao. I go to Telangana, Andhra. We have a Prajanatya Mandali. And I find men, women, children, girls, boys, they all wear red saris, red clothes, and singing songs, performing on the stage. And I find Gadar is the inspiration for all those things. And Gadar will remain with us, and his legacy will remain with us. And we should learn a lot of things from Gadar's life, how we can fight for our country, how we can fight for our people, how we can take our country forward, where all our people have equality, liberty, fraternity. That must be our understanding when we talk of Gadar. With these words, I thank once again for the organizers for inviting me for such an occasion. I thank you all. Thanks very much.